What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Mike. If you have not seen any of my videos, this reading is going to be on the Gemini, so let's begin. Got my manifestation deck here, got some oracle cards, and we're going to see what messages come up for the Geminis. Now, it doesn't have to specifically mean Geminis. If you guys would like to know about Geminis, or you guys would like to just hear the reading, maybe you just want to hear a collective reading, I also, feel free to tag along, right? This can be for everybody, but specifically Geminis. See what we got for the Geminis. Attune to the divine is your first message that came out for you guys, right? So when it comes down to it, right, it's always nice to be within the present, but also I want you guys to start noticing things in your area. Start noticing how the spirit team works for you, right? You guys ever had a situation where only the higher power could really do something? You guys ever start looking at your lives and saying, wow, everything's worked out so smoothly, it felt like almost simultaneously everything comes together. Even when you go through a situation that didn't really seem like it could happen, so I feel like we gotta start to really tap in spiritually. We gotta start connecting ourselves with nature. Kind of like how they say connect yourself with nature. I feel like we should start connecting ourselves with our environment and how spiritually things have happened in our lives, right? And what that does is that prevents a lot of discouragement when things don't happen the way that you want it to, because you're always going to reflect on, oh, I remember when this and this happened in that magical way, and it keeps that possibility of anything can happen. So when new opportunities get presented to you, you know that, okay, this could actually be a potential a great thing, and you're less likely to shoot it away or act like it doesn't exist. A lot of people shoot away so many opportunities because they feel like it's not possible, or feel like they can't maintain it, and they lost that touch within their spiritual side. So that's why it's very important to be attuned to the what's going on in your area, or in your world, or your life, right? We have be humble, right? And this can very well, this can be hard sometimes. When I say be hard, I'm talking about you can get caught in the moment of, feeling yourself a lot of times, right? So the humbleness is just about, being open-minded. Being open-minded that you no matter how much information you believe that you receive, you're still open to receive more from anything, from anybody or anyone. It's there's no limit on it. There's no, from your dad to your mom to your cousin to your auntie to your niece to your nephew to your your brother, your sister, to your daughter, your son. It could come from anywhere at any time, at any place. So I feel like being humble for you guys, they definitely want you guys to remind yourself each day that I can receive information through any resource, right? And this is perfect for even social media, right? If you believe that you can receive almost any information from anything that you just happen to watch, you're more likely to obtain information from it and use it in your day-to-day lives. Never feel like information is too blunt, or you don't need it. There's always some sort of thing we can learn from everything and everybody. Never feel like because somebody's in a position, maybe if somebody doesn't have a place to stay, never feel like they can't teach you nothing. You know what I mean? Have conversation. You don't have to necessarily go out there and conversate with a lot of people, but if people do present themselves, try your best not to just shoot it down right away. Especially if it's something that's very very natural, right? If somebody's of course, safety and all of that, of course, right? But if there's a situation where, let's say, maybe you're in the park or something, right? And maybe somebody's trying to show you a gadget or something they created. I don't know. Things are going to present themselves to you. Just try not to shoot it down as to say, you believe that you already know something. Somebody might be able to teach you something you don't know, right? A lot of times people have gardens or mini gardens, and somebody else might present themselves and say, well, you should try this. Maybe you could look into it before you just I know what I'm doing type of thing. So I just feel like being humble is just having that open mind, right? And I know I ramble a lot on these videos. It's just I be trying to just give a lot of different scenarios so that whoever's watching, because I know people learn differently. I know people's learning skills are different. So I just want to, generalize it. We have take a reality check, right? One thing I will say is this, right? Even though this is a spiritual channel, I definitely believe in being practical. Like, I know that there are situations that happened in the past that, we still hold to our hearts, even though it probably didn't happen to us personally. You guys know what I'm talking about. However, we still can't, or not say we can't, but we can reflect on situations like things that are out of our control, right? We can reflect on those things, but I want you guys to be practical as well. We have to sometimes take a reality check because it's kind of like exercise. And I speak on this because I do it personally. I can't really speak on too much things, but because I don't do them personally, but I can't speak on exercising, right? If you're exercising, you're trying to lose weight, right? Typically, you can, just because you do a push-up or sit-up doesn't mean that you're going to have the results that you're looking for, because that's not obtainable. Like, it's not, you don't burn enough calories to get the results that you're getting from one push-up, one sit-up, you know what I mean? So I feel like, I'm not saying you don't start there. What I'm saying is, you just can't go off of that. So it's the same way when I say being practical, I see people all the time, like, they'll blame other situations for, like, and I'm not saying that they don't play a part. I'm just saying that we still have to look at ourselves. Like, what are the daily things we're doing? What are our spending habits like? If we're talking business, what are we doing that is it making us happy? Because are we working somewhere just because of the money? Because if we're working somewhere for the money, 9, 10 times we're working somewhere because we want a certain lifestyle. So if we kind of change our mindset for wanting this certain lifestyle, and we're willing to settle for less to obtain more, to be a lot more happy in life, which will give you the energy to go out and get it again. You know what I mean? So it's kind of focusing and prioritizing what really matters so that you can build up. Okay, for an example, right? If you guys have a job, right, that pays $100,000 a year, but you're very upset, you don't want to work there, 9, 10 times your how you feel is gonna diminish. Like, you're not gonna want to go out. I'm not saying go out, but you're not gonna want to better yourself. You're not gonna want to read. You don't feel like training. You don't feel like bettering yourself in any form of way. So, because you're put up so much energy into a job, into a career, into whatever, that you don't want, but you love the lifestyle that comes with it. You love the car, you love the house, you love, your kids got the best private schools, and that's fun, and that's cool. You're doing it for your kids. That's what's up. What about you, though? You know what I mean? What about you? You still got to be around for them. They need your love and affection. They don't, that car, that house, and all that is not going to be there for them when they really need it. Because 9, 10 times when they need it, they're probably going to sell that house or whatever, that car, because they haven't found themselves. So I just want to shine light on this subject, because I feel like it's been very, it's not talked about a lot. And in order for you guys to gain, like, freedom, like ultimate freedom, where you got your whole 24 hours in your day that you can really do what you please, we have to detach ourselves from the lifestyle. Stop. I'm not saying don't want it, but what I'm saying is, when you work in these jobs or things like that, do it because that's necessary, or things like that. Not necessary because you want to keep a certain lifestyle. Because in the end of the day, it might go, it might not. But if you work somewhere and you're just like, okay, I'm just handling my business, find different ways, and to of course start do your best to try to prioritize where your heart is, not where your pockets are. You know what I'm saying? So when you prioritize where your heart is, you're more likely to make moves into that direction. I switched jobs because I felt like one particular job was better than the next. Of course, I'm on YouTube now, but back then, that's what it was. But the reason why I left my last one was because I got married, my priorities changed, and the reason why I got married is because I ended up following my heart and meeting and getting with the person that I actually wanted to spend time with. So it's just like little things like that change your life and alter the way that you live. As long as you follow your heart and where your heart desires. I'm not the wealthiest person. I don't have everything that I thought I wanted. But once I detach myself from those lifestyles, those habits, it allowed my choices to be a lot more easier and a lot more, less stressful to make. Because if I focused on my situation, my what I have, and if I focus on that if I have to do something to obtain that, then am I really living, or am I just maintaining? So I know that probably don't make sense to a lot of you guys. I know you guys are probably like, you're going all over the place, but I just need you guys to replay it and just listen in. or just listen to these words, right? I'm wrapping it all up. Try not, whatever you do, try not to chase the lifestyle of it, because if you do something that you're supposed to be doing, it will work out, right? Number one, if you're doing, there's passion and there's purpose. If you're doing your purpose, everything is going to work itself out, right? You're always going to find new ways to work it out, things like that, right? If you're working a corn job right now, just try not to allow the finances that you receive from it to, yeah, it's going to fund your lifestyle, but try not to let that lifestyle prevent you from leaving that job if you choose to chase your dreams and things like that, right? So I just want to give you guys that, yes, there's responsibilities that have to be met. However, you don't probably necessarily have to live in that 4-bedroom house. You could probably downsize to an apartment. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to say downsize. I'm not trying to get you guys to think that way of yourself. But there's ways that I see people all the time, they get too attached to what they have, and they're dying inside. You know what I mean? They got all these nice things, materials, but they're dying in the inside. They don't want to be there, but they know that they leave, they have to give up these things. But is your life worth, spending your whole life doing something that you don't like for a lifestyle? I don't think so. You know what I mean? So you just got to think about that. All right. We have know your worth, right? Again, as I said before, if you have to downsize, that doesn't mean that you don't know your worth. That doesn't mean that you're not valuable, right? It has nothing to do with it. All I'm telling you guys is know where you stand at. How much is your life worth to you, right? Knowing your worth is just, knowing what you're willing to, accept in your life, right? And these are just quick reminders for you guys. You guys probably know all this stuff. You probably heard it a million times if you're on social media. Everybody's talking about it. But I just want to give you guys that description regarding on this channel. But yeah, know you guys' worth. I know I read cards differently, you know what I'm saying? I know I read them differently, so, that's my way of reading them. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. But yeah, know your worth. That's one of the biggest things. If you don't know your value, if you don't, like they say, what's the famous saying? You don't stand for, you stand for none, you fall for anything, right? So stand for something, know you guys' worth, and know you guys know what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do. Some things I put up with when I was working at certain locations because I that's what I signed up for, type of thing. But there's lines that we cross. As I said, I got married, so my priorities changed. Like, no matter what it was, my time was a lot more. I value my time more. I'm not saying you have to get married to value your time more. You just have to find something that you're willing to do and something you're willing to work with. Everything's not going to be perfect. No business, no job, no relationship, no nothing is perfect. But as long as you're willing to work with and take on the situation as it comes, I think you found your purpose, right? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Really enjoyed you guys viewing this video. If you've made it to the end, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, right? And I will see you guys on the next spiritual video. See y'all soon.